Hey there internets, I'm Michael and this is Toucan Play That Game, bringing you a review of Roots of Mali by Suncore Games. So what is Roots of Mali? Well, let's look at this box here. We have this cube box with this gorgeous artwork on every single surface. Absolutely lovely. What is this artwork telling us? Well, there's definitely something going on in a swamp with some various different creatures. 6 different creatures. This reminds me of another game. Oh wait, that's it. Light of Dragons, which had the same cuboid box with gorgeous artwork and 6 different creatures on. That's because Roots of Mali is a standalone expansion for Light of Dragons. And what do I mean by that? Well, it plays pretty much exactly the same, except for you now get green dice as well as black dice for a different tribe. So you are on this planet of warring tribes. We've had the Dragons tribe in the original box, and now we have the Roots of Mali tribe. So this means that you have different dice with different powers, and you now can combine those if you want. So you can have the Roots of Mali tribe facing off against the Lights of Dragons tribe. And that's pretty much what this game gives you. Why don't we take it to the table and I can show you a bit more about how this all plays, and then we can come back for my final thoughts. Place the board between the 2 players, and each player will pick if they're going to be the green player or the black player and take the respective 15 dice. They'll then place a white cube on the 0 track of the might points and targeting track. The space over on the other side here is the exile space. Any creatures destroyed go into your exile. There is also a quick reference sheet for the different sides of the dice and what each of those can do. To start setting out the game, you'll need to pick your first player. So each player will rolls a dice. Whoever gets the highest value will be going first. That player will then pick a dice and pick which value they're going to set it at and place it in their supply zone, which is the one shaded with their colour. The next player will do the same, and you'll go back and forth this way until both players have placed a total value of creatures equal to 10. Once this is done, players starting with the first player, who in this case was our green one here, will take turns performing standard actions until one player has reached 10 might points. The first player to reach 10 might points wins the game. So what can you do? Well, the first option of standard action is to move, and this simply allows you to move 1 space to an adjacent square. If, however, your creature has a green ability here, that means that it is a movement ability. The other option you have to do is attack. So if you are next to a creature of a lesser number, you can move onto them, attacking them, which destroys that creature and gains you might points. Also, as well as the number of might points being equal to the creature, you'll get a bonus depending on where you are. So a black player destroying a green one here gets a bonus 2. So destroying this level 2, which would go to the exile, will gain them 4 might points. Next, you can upgrade a dice. This simply means turning the dice so that it goes to the next level. So we've got 4, 5, 6. So each time you perform an upgrade, you move 1 dice as such. The other thing you can do is to cast spells. Now, spells are marked in grey on the reference sheet here. It's important to note with attacking that a 6 is not invulnerable. Yes, there's nothing higher than a 6 to take it, but 3s are able to take 6s. So if we had a 3 here, he could move and take this 6, which would gain the green player 6 might points. So that's all the standard actions. Let's just briefly talk about all the different creatures in the game, so the different sides of the dice. First, we have our number 1 side, which is our golden fruit. So the golden fruit does not move and cannot attack. Also, you cannot increase its power level. However, anyone defeating a golden fruit, so let's say this guy killed this golden fruit, will gain no might points for doing so, no matter what the field position is. Also, rather than the dice going to the player's exile, it goes back into their reserve. Additionally, a golden fruit can breed. How this works is the golden fruit will split into 2 golden fruits. This does require you to have 2 dice left in your reserve to bring out, and you'll choose to place them either side of the golden fruit. So you can either place them this side or this side. You then take your original golden fruit and place that in your reserve. Next, let's talk about the sprout. This is our level 2 creature. Now, it has the ability to move 1 or 2 spaces in the same direction. So it can't go there, but it can jump to there, for example. And this counts when attacking. So if it wanted to attack here, it could move 2 spaces to do so. However, if you choose to only move 1 space, then you seed a golden fruit, taking 1 from your reserve and placing it on the board where you moved from. Additionally, anyone wanting to attack a sprout, so let's say this player here wanted to attack this sprout first, and it is before they are able to perform the attack, they must move 2 dice from their reserve to their exile. Next, we have our Torchbearer, and they have the Fire Demon ability that allows them to move and attack by jumping over friendly creatures. So if we had a situation like this, anything that the Torchbearer can kill, so a 1, a 2 or a 6, they are able to jump over. So this Torchbearer will be able to move all the way to this 6 to take it. However, any friendly creatures you move over get placed back in your reserve. Next is the Protectress of the Woods. So at the beginning of turn, you'll set your targeting number equal to the number of protectresses of the wood that you have. So here we would set it to 1. Then you can put any dice from your reserve into your exile in order to use any available TRG to increase the value of 1 golden fruit. And it is 1. If you have multiple, you'd only be able to increase 1 of these. Additionally, anytime you want, you can move a Protectress of the Wood onto a golden fruit, placing that golden fruit in your reserve and increasing the level of your dice by 1. Which brings us on to our level 5 creature, which is our Shadowrunner. Now, Shadowrunners can move off the side of the map. If they do move off the side like this, they then make an additional move or attack. So, they can move over other Shadowrunners, but only if they're friendly. So if we have 2 Shadowrunners like this Shadowrunner can move to here. Then the final creature we have is the Mali. And the Mali has a couple of abilities. The first one is the Children of the Woods. So as a spell, the Mali can split into 3 sprouts. So what you do is you have to have 3 dice in your reserve, and you can place these anywhere in your area of the board. So the green player could place them anywhere he wants, and they can be next to each other, they can be spread out, whatever, and then places the Mali back into his reserve. The other thing is any Malis in your opponent's zones earn you virtual victory points equal to the victory points stated on the field bonus. So a Mali in this zone gives you +1 virtual, +2, +3. Now, virtual might points don't get marked on your might track, but they do count towards winning the game. So in this situation, if the green player had 2 Malis in their opponent's zone, this would give them +4 virtual might points, which with their 6 might points they already had, would put them to 10 and win their game for them. Okay, so that is how you play Roots of Mali. As I said, identical really to Light of Dragons, with the difference that it's different powers. It's really nice that you're able to combine the two. You know, you can have Roots of Mali against Roots of Mali, and that gives you one game with regards to how you do tactics of different powers, you know, using those same powers against the different numbers. It is this abstract strategy game, really. The whole theme of it is gorgeous with regards to the artwork, but you don't get any real sense of that as you're playing and moving your dice. That's the one, that's the two, that has this power, that has that power. Maybe that's just what I bring to it. Now, as I said, with Light of Dragons, the whole lack of luck thing doesn't endear me to this game. It is very cerebral. It can go on really long with stalemates happening if you let it. Otherwise, it's kind of just waiting for someone to make a mistake. If you like that kind of game, if you like, you know, the chesses out there, Onatamas, the Duke, that kind of abstract strategy, thinky, no luck whatsoever game, you will love this game. Now, Roots of Mali is not actually out yet. This is a preview prototype copy I have been sent because it is going on Kickstarter very shortly. Now, I don't have the date yet for when this will be, but I will try and remember to add the link to the description when it does go live. So what does that mean with regards to artwork, components, etc.? Well, the artwork is all finalised, this box is all finalised. You can see it is identical to the previous copy, the Lights of Dragon one. Now, the dice are final and exactly the same level of quality as Light of Dragons. The board is finalised, but the quality of the board I've been sent is a pre-production quality. This is what you'll be able to expect. The same board as you had in Lights of Dragons, but with, rather than the faded out red here, it will be green. Also, of course, you'll have these dice bags, which the copy I have, this prototype one, does not have. They'll be exactly the same quality, nice, good material, sturdy, perfect size for the dice you have there. So what do I think of it? Well, as I've said, if you liked Lights of Dragons, if you've had a chance to try that, then you'll love this. You really will, because it just gives more variety to the options, to the strategies, being able to mix and match them. Now, if you had to pick one of these two, I really don't see any reason to. They're the same game mechanically, but the difference in the powers can make them feel very different, and combining them works really nicely. Being able to have the difference of one person playing one tribe, one person playing the other, the asymmetricness of that, and then also being able to go, well, this time let's play both these tribes, let's play both these tribes. Great amount of variety there that it's added with regards to the strategy. You know, if you have this is an instant buy. If you have neither, I would advise getting both. It is a good abstract strategy game. I'm probably not the biggest fan of this kind of game. I prefer a bit of luck to give a bit of excitement rather than it all being cerebral, and it can drag on a bit. But it is a really good produced game. It has this gorgeous box, as the first one did, that will just look absolutely fantastic on the shelf, especially if you have the two together. Now, obviously, as with Light of Dragons, this is a two-player only game, so of course two can play that game. So that is my thoughts on Roots of Mali. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and of course if you have, please do check out the rest of the videos on the channel, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends and family, and do also take a look at us on social media. You can find us on Facebook and on Twitter, and as always, thanks for watching and bye for now.